Okay, well, it's time for another episode of the Josh Cast. I'm sorry, the Nerdy Virgin podcast. I gotta take the earphones off. All right, so somebody asked me, "Hey, are you starting your podcast up again?" And my thought was, I never stopped. That's how well I'm doing. As I'm sure you're hopefully noticing, I'm trying to increase or rather improve the quality of my podcasting. So I'm now using a USB mic that is anchored to my desk to create what is hopefully a better sound as I navigate the world of using better equipment to actually improve the quality of the product, if you will. Improve the quality of the product. It's fantastic. So I am, and I'm feeling very out of sorts because normally I just record this in my phone, and I also have to get used to doing this in my apartment, which feels strange because I'm afraid people are listening. I'm afraid the walls are too thin. I'm in a new apartment now. I don't think the walls are thin. I don't even if the neighbor could hear anything, it would just be muffled thoughts. Muffled sounds, I believe, is what they would hear. I'm also suddenly very thirsty. But I have to get used to being able to talk naturally in my apartment. I mean, it's the middle of the day, so it's not like if I'm overly loud, I'm waking anybody up, unless there are people who sleep during the day because they work at night, and suddenly I'm their worst nightmare. But no one is around me. Nothing is around me. No one is around me. No one cares, and yet I am making this a huge deal. But on the other hand, I don't necessarily want to scream. I don't want this to become a screaming podcast. I'm not Bill Burr. And even when Bill Burr screams, he does it off the mic like this. And then he comes back and he's speaking in his normal tones. That was almost Shatnerian. And then he speaks in his normal tones. Shatnerian. I don't think he likes when people do an imitation of him. I saw a video of him on Variety. Is this the podcast where I just manage to feel guilty about every single thing I do and say, is that what's going to happen? Is this how this is going to go? Do I have anything prepared? That's a fantastic question. I have nothing prepared. The advantage, though, is that I am sitting at my computer, and I can now easily pull up the news. Why don't we look at the news? Why don't we look at... I like to go to darkhorizons.com and look at the movie news. Venom sequel scores 11.6 million in previews. Things are looking great for the Venom sequel, aren't they? Things are looking fantastic. We at Sony are very happy about the Venom sequel. We're very happy about this IPO. It's fantastic. We think it's 4-quadrant, but not 4-quadrant. We think it's edgy, but at the same time appealing. We think that everyone age 1 to 100 will love it, but it's really only designed for people who are 16 to 18-year-old males. But still, families will everyone will love it. Please come see a movie. Please, we need this. We badly need this. Please, Venom. Everyone will love Venom. Do you have a 2-year-old who's afraid of everything? That's okay. Venom's not that scary. It's comedy. It's a comedy. Oh, are you a 16-year-old and you want to be frightened? Come to Venom. It's terrifying. There's carnage in it. Carnage is in the title of it. Come to Venom, please. If this movie doesn't work, there is no more movies. I'm sure it's not as dire as that. I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure everyone's fine. Everyone's fine. Everyone's good. Venom's got a lot of teeth. A lot of teeth. As does Carnage. They both have there's a lot of teeth going on. A lot of teeth action. A lot of teeth action happening. White teeth. Venom brushes. All right, what other news? Butch Cassidy TV series in the works. That was a great movie. That was Paul Newman and where did his name go? I'm getting old. Robert Redford. There we go. Robert Redford and Paul Newman. A very good movie. My mother loves that movie. That was back when they made movies. I enjoyed the film. I have nothing bad to say about the film. I enjoyed it. I have no complaints with it. Will it be a quality TV series? Who can say? Who can say for sure? Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. That should not be the theme song. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. That should not at all be the theme song. I don't recommend that theme song for anybody. I'm getting a bit loopy. I'm trying to take the day off today. I'm trying to use this as a vacation day. And I so far have checked email, done about a half an hour of actual work, and I'm recording this podcast. But you know what? This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be. Is this something your soul wants to do? Is this podcast a true expression of your soul, Josh? That's what you need to ask yourself. Is it your soul talking? Is my soul the one talking right now, or is your head talking? What is your soul saying? What is your soul saying right now? I want meat. That's what my soul is saying. I want to order the chicken and waffles from Chibo. I think I'm going to order the chicken and waffles from Chibo. I so shouldn't do this. This is so bad for me on every conceivable level, but I think I'm going to do it. I can just order online, walk over, get it, come back, and live the sloth life that I'm destined to live. I think I'm going to do it. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right. This is so... I feel better when I don't eat meat. I feel better when I don't eat waffles. It's delicious, but it represents everything I should not eat. I'm going to try a different sauce. Here are the options: buttermilk ranch, blue cheese, jalapeno lime, bonita sauce, and then in parentheses, very hot, lemon herb aioli, nacho cheese, and I'm going to stick with tartar sauce. Oh, do I want sides? Mixed seasonal vegetables. I'm going to get the mixed seasonal vegetables. I don't know if I'll eat them this time around. And homemade dessert. No, we're not going to do the dessert. Oh, this is expensive. Yep, I just did it. I just ordered chicken and waffles. Did you hear the clicking? But hey, it's free-range chicken. I wonder if it's a free-range waffle. Hey, look at that. Look at that comedy podcast happening. I know I'm not the first person to think of this, but how do we know it's free-range? And even if it is a free-range chicken, I mean, I guess you could make a logical argument that I'm a free-range human. I'm certainly not the happiest person in the world. You know, I would probably taste terrible. I would probably just taste terrible because I don't have a lot of positivity. I think that's the assumption that we make with these free-range animals. Oh, it'll taste better because they're happy. But that's a big assumption, is that just because they're free-range, they still could be miserable. There's some humans that are naturally happy people. There's some humans that are naturally miserable people. The same could be true for chickens. How do we know this isn't a chicken who lived a full life, had all the opportunities afforded to that chicken, went to Harvard, had a wife and kid, and yet at the end of the day was miserable every day of its life. It might still taste terrible. We just don't know. I'm gonna go get some cranberry juice. I'll be right back. Hold that thought. I wonder if you can still hear me from all the way over here. Probably not. I'm enjoying my R.W. Knudsen, or is it Knudsen? Just cranberry. No added sugar. Total sugar is 8 grams. Yeah, so it still has a ton of sugar. I like drinking the just cranberry with the no added sugar because that way I can I can take just enough gulps to feel like I'm having something sweet, and then the sourness hits me so hard I'm like, okay, I'm good for now. So it's the only way I can drink a fruit juice without overdoing it on the sugar. He said after having just ordered waffles. And to be fair, by the way, they only give one waffle. They give one waffle and 3 pieces of chicken. I would probably, if I could, just get the waffle. But today I'm feeling the chicken. I don't know where I'm going to eat this, probably in the kitchen. I still do not have a kitchen table. I don't want a kitchen table. The more stuff I have, the more I have to clean. And this is going to be a big cleaning job. I probably should ask them not to fry the chicken. I mean, how about, the grilled chicken and waffles? We could probably do that, right? That would be healthier. Is it free range batter? Okay, all right, Josh. Come on. You gonna take this seriously or not? Okay, for some reason it stopped recording, which was strange. I don't think it's recording. Nope, I'm wrong, it's recording. The computer said I'm recording, and I said I don't believe you. I don't believe that you're recording at all. And now I understand. I'm trying to do this through Adobe Premiere. Probably not the best way to record. I probably should record through Adobe Audition or through, whatever app I'm using. It's probably not the app I should be using. That's how it feel. That's how I feel at this point. Well, let's go back to the news. Let's go back to the news. Yeah, nothing against Butch Cassidy. I wish them the best. Imdb TV plans cruel. Everybody's making TV? Imdb is the website that the Internet Movie Database. They're making show. I think Chipotle is producing a new television show that you will only be able to see on the Chipotle app. Yeah, I'm calling. Is this the Burbank Department of Water and Power? I'm calling because I want to get my water and power set up. Yeah, sure. By the way, while you're at it, we're producing a new show that's exclusively on the Burbank Department of Water and Power app. It's a remake of Shiloh. Limited series. Dustin Hoffman's going to be in it. It's going to be fantastic. Am I the only one who doesn't have... Am I the only one who's not producing a TV series right now? That's what it feels like to me. IMDb TV plans Cruel Intentions series. Cruel Intentions, which is in and of itself an updated version of Les Liaisons Dangereuses, a.k.a. Dangerous Liaisons. Now they're going to make a series. How do you make that into a series? It seemed like a pretty finite story. What am I saying? You can make a series about a bunch of teenagers who torment each other day after day after day. That's called real life. Sister Act 3 sets director and writer. I enjoyed Sister Act. I watched Sister Act with my parents. We enjoyed Sister Act. As did we enjoy Sister Act 2. I wonder if they'll get... They said Whoopi Goldberg is going to be attached, which is cool. It'd be nice if they got the other people, too. Like, it'd be great if they got Maggie Smith. Or all the others. That was a great cast. Hopefully they'll get them all back. Hopefully it will work out. Hopefully it will work out. What was the plot of that again? She's a night singer who's on the run, so she hides by being a nun. I so did not mean to rhyme there. She's on the run. She becomes a nun. Wasn't there a movie called Nuns on the Run? I think there was. Now I got to Google it. Yes, there was a Nuns on the Run. I was right. Oh, I love being right. Oh, it's so good when I'm right. Oh, so good when I'm right. And if I'm wrong, I do everything I can to somehow make myself right. I could be president. All right, Josh. All right, let's not get political. Let's not get scandalous. Let's not do anything or say anything that's going to get us canceled. All right? We're just going to spend the next 27 minutes talking about Care Bears. Is what I'm doing right now content? Why can't they do a rabbi act? Why can't she hide in a synagogue as a rabbi? And the bad guys are coming in. They're like, have you seen this person that we're trying to catch? And they can say, what? I'm just a rabbi. What do I know? I haven't seen anything. I don't know anything. What do I know? I'd like my attorney present. Train Spotting gets a serious spin. My parents got so mad at me. They got so mad at me when I told them they should watch Train Spotting. They were furious with me. Said, what is this? And to be totally honest, I don't think I saw the movie. Or if I did, did I see the movie and then recommend it to them? I think I recommended it to them because a friend of mine in college loved the movie, and I saw bits and pieces of it, and we had been talking about it. I thought, oh, this is a critically acclaimed film. I'll let my parents know about it. And I told them about it, and they were... They've never been... that's the most upset I've ever seen them get over a movie recommendation. Why did you tell us to see this movie? There was a scene where there was poop floating in a toilet. The guy was in a toilet with poop. That really destroyed them. That really did destroy them. That made an impression. You know what? Film is supposed to evoke emotion, and it evoked an emotion in my parents. So one could argue that this was an example of art succeeding. Okay, they came out of the situation changed. And who am I to judge whether that was a better change or a worse change? Maybe it was for the better. They just haven't seen it yet. All right? Casting. Ming-Na, Depp, Jones, Miller, Toro. Ming-Na is going to star in the jukebox musical feature Glitter and Doom, set to the music of the Indigo Girls. Summer romance film A musician and a carefree kid who fall in love at first sight. Because nobody wants to see a movie about a musician and a carefree kid who meet, decide to take it slow, and then say, you know what, this isn't working out. Let's just be friends. And they develop a nice friendship. They eventually meet other people, fall in love with those people. But the friendship remains, and then, occasionally there's a shoulder to cry on. And every now and then, they and their significant others will get together at El Torito for a semi-annual or quarterly Sunday evening dinner at about 6 p.m. Then they bump it back to 5 when they get a little bit older. And eventually, they all live to be, a ripe old age, but, gradually some have Alzheimer's, some get dementia, heart problems. But, it's overall a nice, quiet, peaceful life. Nobody wants to see that movie. And for good reason, because that's not a movie. That's called All of My Grandparents' Friends. Okay. What's this? The high-profile drama series The Idol. The series follows a female pop singer who starts a romance with an enigmatic L.A. club owner who is the leader of a secret cult. Well, that's a relatable plot, isn't it? Haven't we all been there? Hasn't everyone been, at some point, a female pop singer who's in a romance with an enigmatic L.A. club owner? I'm going to look up the word enigmatic. I think I know what it means. Doesn't it just mean mysterious? Difficult to interpret or understand. Mysterious. Yeah, okay. And that is, of the two, that would be the more attractive of the club owners. The club owners that are, you see what you get, are pretty obvious. Nobody is really starting a relationship with those kinds of nightclub owners. Nobody, yeah, I've owned the nightclub for 15 years now. But you know what I really am? I'm really a nun on the run. Oh! Callback. The leader of a secret cult. And what better way to hide your cult than to be an enigmatic LA club owner? Nothing says low profile like the guy who owns the most popular nightclub in Los Angeles, who is mysterious and sexy. You know who owned a cult? You know who had a secret cult? Who? The guy who owned the hardware store on 5th Street. Really? Yeah. Yeah, I've been in that hardware store. I always go in there when I need the 9-volt battery. Yeah, well, that turns out that guy has a, super secret cult. Crazy. I never would have guessed. Better Things. What's this? FX's critically acclaimed Better Things. 5th season, Better Things. I have never heard of this show. What is wrong with me? No, what's wrong with me? There's too much TV out there. Okay, I don't know anything about it. Better Things. I think the main character, his name is Sam. I feel like it's a show where Sam is saying, it's good. It could be better. It's good. TV version of True Lies. How do we feel about this? TV version of True Lies. I'm going to try to recapture the magic of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis. Sometimes, when they make TV versions of movies, occasionally I kind of go, what? Like I can kind of see why they would want to do True Lies. Although, the whole conceit of True Lies is that the guy's leading a double life and the wife finds out about it. And that's the big revelation. So, how would you do that as a series? Is the whole series him trying to keep it from her and she's gradually figuring it out? Or do you get it over with in the first episode where she realizes he's leading a double life and then it just becomes Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right? Aren't they basically just doing Scarecrow and Mrs. King? Isn't that what's happening? I enjoyed True Lies, the scene where the daughter's hanging off the top of the Harrier jet as the Harrier's flying around. It was also James Cameron's comedy. I think was that the only comedy he's ever done? It was a fun movie. That and Butch Cassidy, I have no complaints about any of those. It's just become an obsession. I'm going to go get some more cranberry juice. I could just pause, but I don't want to do that. I want to see what happens if I keep talking while I get my cranberry juice. It's good for the bladder, isn't it, the cranberry juice? That's some good cranberry juice. Now I got to go back and put it in the refrigerator. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back after these messages. There was no message. It was just nothingness. How did the nothingness feel? Did you achieve enlightenment in that moment of nothingness? Maybe that was the moment where you said to yourself, instead of listening to this podcast, I could be becoming a better person. Not to say that you're not a better person. Because if it's one thing I apparently seem to enjoy doing, it's alienating the 5 people who are listening to this. I'm sure you're a better person. Well, look, folks, we're 26 minutes in. I feel like this feels good. This feels fine. I would like to end with, well, there's one more news story. Let's go with that. There's a new show coming out called Reptile. What is this? Begins in the wake of a brutal murder of a young real estate agent. A hardened detective attempts to uncover the truth in a case where nothing is as it seems. Some of these descriptions, I mean, you know, they don't want to give away the plot, but at the same time, in a case where nothing is as it seems, isn't that why we're making the movie? Has there been a movie where everything is as it seems? I think it was the boyfriend who killed her. Was it the boyfriend? Hey, did you kill her? Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. Arrest him, and yeah, that's the end of that. Who wants chicken and waffles? Let's get chicken and waffles. Let's get chicken and waffles. Do you think they'll let me just order the waffles? Don't do that. Don't be that person. We're gonna order the chicken and waffles. I'll eat your chicken if you don't want to eat the chicken. Yeah, but it's a waste of chicken. What did I just say? I will eat the chicken. I will eat the chicken. You can have your waffle. It's fine. All right? I just don't want to be the person who puts in the weird order. I don't want to be associated with someone who puts in the weird order. We're just getting the chicken and waffles. Yeah, that's, again, nothing is as it seems. A hardened detective, again, same thing. What other kind of detective is there? Other than the unseasoned detective who's scared of everything. I guess that's the other way you could go. We don't know what the motive is for the killing of the real estate agent. Although I can't help but wonder if it's a California real estate agent and the person found out what the housing prices were and just went nuts and went on a killing spree. They want that for a condo? You know, boom, death, destruction. And the judge is like, well, it was a brutal murder, but I mean, how much do they want for the condo? Oof. All right, we'll do 2 life sentences instead of 3, but I can kind of see where you're for. That's a good way to end the podcast, I think, on murder and California real estate. That's great. What a great way to close.